Hey guys, welcome to the session of state chart diagram. So in this session, we will know what is state chart diagram and what are all the components of it, and followed by some examples. So this state chart diagram is also called as state transition diagram or state machine diagrams. So it is used to define some states of an object during its lifetime, and these states which have been defined, those are changed by the events. So this state chart diagram describes the flow of control from one state to another state. So here in this chart diagram, so there are some guards and actions. So guards means the conditions that must be satisfied for a transition to occur, and the actions are the activities which is undertaken during the life of an object. So in comparison to the other behavioral diagrams, this diagrams typically model the transitions within a single class. So we can tell that in most object-oriented techniques, the state diagrams are drawn for a single class to show the lifetime behavior of a single object. So next is basic components of state machine diagram. First one is state. So this state is represented as rounded rectangular to specify some conditions or constraints or some circumstances of an object of a class at an instance of time. So according to Rambam, the state is an abstraction of the attribute values and the links of an object. And sets of values are grouped together into a state according to the properties that affect the gross behavior of the object. So this is the state notation. There can be two compartments. First compartment is at work. It states the name of the state, and the second compartment, this entry, do, telephone rings, exit. These are all the actions and the activities going to perform. So first entry is unlock the door, that is entry activity, and do prepare materials, that is doing some activities, and telephone ring, that is deferable trigger. The trigger means it's an event that initiates a transition from one state to another state. Then at last exit, lock the door, that is exit activity. So this is the state notation. And next is initial state and final state. So this specifies the initial state. So this rounded circle, that is solid circle, is also called as pseudo state. So this is the starting point of the diagram. So this is the example for online order system. So here order is created. So before going to the shipping state, if at all the order is cancelled, it comes directly, the control comes directly to the final state. So the cancel is not on, the order is not cancelled. So from created state to the shipping state. So request is for shipment, then shipping state to the delivered state. Here the confirmation of arrival is done. If at all it is arrived, then the order is closed, then come to the final state. The next events. So events, it is a notable occurrence at a particular point in time. So we can tell that each thing, that is event, that happens or occurs in a system is modeled as an event. So there are four types of event: signal event, call event, time event, and change event. So there are the character. So these are the characteristics of events. So it represents the incidents that cause objects to transition from one state to another state, and some internal or external events trigger some activities that changes the states of the system. And these events passes some information which is elaborated by the object operations, and also it designs some examining events in the state machine diagram by considering how those events, that is how these events will be supported by the system objects. And next comes transition. These transition lines depict the movement from one state to another state. This see here from state 1 to state 2. See this each transition line, a solid line with a cap specifies the transition line, is labeled with the event. So that causes the transition. The transition is the movement from one state to the another state. If at all a transition without an event or an action, so that type of transition is called automatic transition. And next comes action. So action is an executable automatic computation. So this action includes some operation calls like creating and destroying the object or sending and receiving the object. So this action is associated with the transitions like your entry and exit. Next is activity. So this activity is also associated with the states. So which is non-automatic. This action is automatic, whereas this activity is non-automatic. So this activity will be terminated by an event when the activity is defined by the type of state. and the characteristics of action and activity. So what are all the states you have defined? So those states can trigger the actions, and those states can have a second compartment which contains some actions like your entry, do, exit. And you know that action is an automatic execution which has no interruption. There are some triggers like on entry, do, on event, on exit, and include. So this activity captures some complex behavior that may run for a long duration. So this is interrupted by the events. So this actions are not interrupted. So whereas these activities are interrupted by the events. So this is a simple state machine diagram for all notations. So see, there is the initial pseudo state, there is a transition, there are some states, and there is a final state. So this is for creating a bill, that is creating an invoice. Initial state invoice is created here. Now the state is unpaid. By doing this event, paying event. So now the state which is from unpaid to paid state. Then after paying the bill, that invoice is destroyed, then comes to the final state. Next is entry and exit actions. So this entry and exit actions specified in the state, it must be true for every exit or entry occurrences. So this entry action and exit action is executed on entry into state with the notation entry bar action, whereas this exit bar action in the state. So there is an example for exit and entry state for checking the book status. So the state machine diagram is depicted, that is derived from a class called book copy. See here class, there are three compartments: class name, book copy, and there are attributes. On shelf the value is boolean, that is true or false, and there are some methods like return method and borrow method. This diagram for entry action, and this is for exit action. So returning the book, borrowing the book in the entry action, and in the exit action returning the book from the shelf, from the loan, and borrowing the book from the shelf. And substate. So we all know that a simple state is one which has no substructure, but a state which has substates, then we call it as nested states, and it is also called as composite states. So in this composite state, it contains some shallow history and deep history states. So this shallow history and deep history are the types of this history states. So this shallow history state is a reference to the most recently visited state on the same hierarchy level within the composite state, whereas this deep history state is a reference to the most recently visited simple state within the composite state. So composite state means a state within a state. So see here there is a difference between shallow history state and deep history state. The circle H within a circle is specified as shallow history state. A H star within a circle specifies deep history state. See in the diagram there are states, and a state within a state is composite state. There is a timer, and there are the transitions between them. Yes, so this is the differentiation between the history state and deep history state and shallow history state. Here it is an example for washing machine state diagram, where there is a state 1, and inside the state there is a composite state. So running is now composite state. So this is the initial state, and now the state is washing state, then rinsing, then spinning, at last final state. So while after washing the state, then it comes to the rinsing state. While rinsing state, if at all the power is cut, then comes to the power off state. So then the power is restored. Then the circle with H specifies that start the operation from this state, that is from washing state, instead of starting from the initial state. Now we can start from this state, that is from washing to rinsing, then from rinsing to spinning, then at last stop the operation. So this is about shallow history state in the history states, in the composite states. So next is concurrent state, that is parallel states. So states and state machine diagrams can be nested. We know that. So if at all there are some related states, those can be grouped together into a single composite state. So these nesting states inside others is necessary when an activity involves some concurrent sub-activities, that is some parallel, to do some parallel activities. So to show the concurrent state machine diagram, there is an example, that is auction process. See here, there are parallel activities going to be done. This is the auction process. This is the initial state before starting the parallel activity. After starting here, each parallel activity has initial state and final state. So firstly, getting the bid is offered to the user, and evaluating state, if at all the bid is rejected while evaluating, so cancelled. Then if at all it is accepted, the bid is accepted, close, then purchase. Then here in the next part 2 parallel activity, in the next activity initial state, checking the authorization, that is having the whether the user is having the official permission or not. If at all he is having the permission, that is if at all the user is authorized in the state, that is final state, then purchase the goods. If at all he is not authorized, rejected. Yes. Next is signal. See, when an event causes a message or any trigger to be sent to a state from one state to another state, that causes the transition. Then the message sent by an event, the message, if at all there should be sent to send any messages, so that is done by this signal. So this signal is represented as class within the signal icon above the action or event. The next is iteration. So self transition. Here the source and target states are same. So state A to state A, self transition. This is a repetition of any action. This is iteration. Next is decision making. So step 1, state 1, state 2. So there is a transition and also event and action. Along with that there is a condition. So here to check the condition, like whether it is a valid or not, whether it is authorized or unauthorized. To check that condition we use this decision making with which is enclosed in the square brackets. Next comes fork. So this is to do the parallel activities. So this is the starting point of parallel activity, and next joining is the ending point of parallel activity. So this fork we use a rounded solid rectangle bar to represent a fork notation with incoming arrow from the parent state, that is state A, and outgoing arrows towards the newly created states. So from state A we have derived the properties from state A to the state B, that is child classes state B and state C. So we use this fork notation to represent a state splitting into two or more concurrent states, that is parallel states. Next is join. So we use this join notation when two or more states currently converge into one on the occurrence of an event. So joining all the child classes into one parent class. So this is a state diagram for library management system of class book, a single class book. Now initial state, that is we'll check the book is available or not. If at all the book is available, member requests for the book, then the book is issued to the member, then the member returns the book. Yes, this is the diagram for book, class book. Next is diagram for library management system of librarian class. Presently, the librarian will be in the idle state. So this is the initial state. So he will check the availability of the book. So if at all book is available, then he will validate the membership. So if at all the member is valid, he will issue the book. If at all the member is not valid, he will go to the idle state. So after issuing, the member will return the book. So while returning the book, the librarian will calculate some fine. So if at all there is no fine, if there is fine, the member's fine pays the fine. If at all there is no fine, he returns the book to the book status. So this is about the library management system of librarian class. So there is a next example for user verification. So starting point, card is swiped, waiting for the pin. This is the state of waiting state, and pin is entered for the pin verification. So if at all the pin is not verified, so again the pin is rejected. Then again the card is swiped, for the next time. And if it was the pin is verified, then pin is authenticated, then user is the particular user is identified. So this is for user verification. So next, for order processing system, this is the initial state. Order is received. So the current state of order is unprocessed order. If at all the order is rejected, directly comes to the end point, that is final state. If at all the order is accepted and checked, so order is accepted. So here, after accepting the order, if at all the some items which is not available, that is processed, the order will be in the pending order. And if at all the some items are available, then comes in the fulfilled order. So after performing all this actions or events, then come to the final state. Then fulfilled order means order is ready to the supply. So this is the final state.